quit Brawl because I played it for 4 years and I was getting tired of it. And
Yeah.
I mean, this melee lasted 7 to Brawl's 4, and I'm playing melee again now, so I guess I've been playing melee longer. But PM, like, there's so many new characters, and like, even if I get bored, there's so many viable characters. I can just go on a new character if I get bored with one. So that's something that's really.
But with Fox, it's not done yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
other...
And like, I was getting bored with Fox and Melee, but I didn't enjoy playing other characters that much in Melee. I enjoyed playing Spacies, just because I like doing cool, flashy shit. That's just like how I play. And
that's kind of like how PM is. Like, a lot of the characters are kind of like made with the concept of being flashy. Like Lucas, Wolf, and a couple others. Some of them are unintentional, like the AGT stuff.
Yeah, like, I think I like do a ton of flashy shit with Link. You know, Link doesn't play at all flashy usually, but as soon as I saw a bomb fly off a boomerang, I was like, I'm studying everything about this. Tricks come. Yeah, Meta-dimensional cape stuff's cool too. Oh, I love the Lucario too. I've been playing so much Lucario recently. I primarily play Lucario now, mostly. He's just such a fun character. Hits so many buttons.
Speaking of Lucario, you should watch this clip that I just saw on Reddit. Posted into
Is this the AMSA one?
The only of its sacred close combat. Watching.
No, this is not AMSA.
I haven't seen this. I'm excited.
It's pretty new.
I'm hyped.
3 days ago. Unholy but sacred. This is some pretty stuff.
Oh, here we go. Oh, yes. Oh, it's so good!
Yo, what did I just watch?
Oh, my God. Dude, the ending. I was like, this can't get better. And then it got better. I was like, that strike was sick. Oh, my God. The V2 would have gotten back, too. I know he would have gotten back. That's so amazing.
He lives until 700.
He's like, you can teleport, but you'll die, so you might as well just get hit by this. Still not as good as the 2.1 broken Lucario on the Ganondorf.
Oh, versus Hero?
Yeah.
With the Kage tag. V-Wins versus guy.
V-Wins, yeah. Oh my God, dude.
That was an era in which I used Lucario.
Yeah, that's when I picked up Lucario. I picked him up to beat Spacies, because I had trouble with Spacies. And my 2-day-old Lucario was beating... I beat Binion and Deku in teams, 2v1. They were both 0%. And I was at like 50% with Lucario. And I beat both of them with 2.1 Lucario. And they're both like way better than me. I was like, oh my God, this is stupid. If Lucario touched Spacies, they died at like any percent because they could just side B chain grab them the first like 50%. It was like dash attack side B, side B, side B to the edge and then just kill them. It was hilarious. I missed 2.1 Lucario. I do not. There's free wins. Dude, I know. I played as Lucario, remember? I was so mad. I beat him in like 3 sets, and then he beat me in the one set that mattered more than all the other sets.
Oh, is this Denti?
Yeah, you were there. You lost to him too.
Yeah, I underestimated him. I started going like snake and sheep.
I underestimated because I beat him 3 times.
Somebody actually messaged me on Smashboard, or maybe it was, I think it was Smashboards afterwards.
It was Smashboards.
How do you do it? How do you actually fight the character? And I was like, yeah, you just don't be in dash attack range ever.
You also don't shield.
You fight him really hard, is what you say.
Shielding is a mistake. You'd rather get hit.
Yeah, like just crouch cancel buffer roll instead or something.
Yeah, like... I mean, you can shield now against Lucario.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got counterplay now.
Before you couldn't. Before there was absolutely nothing.
You know,
if you touch your shield,
and you'll be fine.
he was gonna start a combo or break your shield.
Denti actually beat my Ike at one tournament in Project M 2.1. So I was like, well, he's beating me because he's pressuring my shield really hard. So I'm just gonna play Sonic and not ever shield.
Not ever sure.
And then I beat it.
No, not
Uh,
Yeah, Dendi's a really smart player. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like yeah. Say what you want about Lucario and Ivysaur in 2.6 and stuff, but like, it's not just the characters. Like, he's a really smart player. So
Yeah, I was impressed with his Lucario when I played it in a money match at Low Tier City. Like, he actually just played kind of smart and cautiously. He could do what he needed to in close quarters when the situation arose, but his general game plan actually seemed pretty sensible to me.
yeah, I was pretty impressed too. I did beat on it with Ike though. It's fun.
mhm. The only time I've played Dinty, oh actually, aside from the time I played Dinty, in that tournament that me and Strongbad were at, I played him in Brawl a long time ago. I just remember it was so weird because he beat my Ice Climbers like really bad. Like really bad. And I was like, what the fuck? I destroyed Olimars. This is not right. Who's this kid? And then I picked Game & Watch against him and I like 3-stocked him twice. I didn't get Olimar like fucking destroys Game & Watch. I just did it like desperately.
You just did some jank shit.
I was like, I don't understand this guy. He makes no sense. And still to this day,
His
Dinty just
playstyle
makes no
sometimes does
sense.
not make sense.
But someone said something that I agree with. He's one of the best at learning on the spot. I've seen him adapt really well. He definitely adapted to me in the Project M sets we played. But I like Dinty. He's a cool guy.
He's certainly unique.
Yeah. There have been times where I've absolutely hated him, and then other times where I just like have maxed out respect for him.
Yeah, he's goofy.
I know a few people like that.
Yeah.
Got the bipolar respect.
Bipolar
Yeah,
respect.
where it's like sometimes I'm like, I hate this guy, and other times it's like, oh, he's alright. He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
There's a few people like that in SoCal.
I can imagine. Oh God.
Strong bad losing to computers.
No, I just destroyed him. This is how I figure out new amazing things to do to people. Cause like I go into the lab and find some new goofy thing to do, and then
Man, I just
do it on
can.
a person.
I cannot play computers. I've like never played computers.
Maybe that's the difference here. Maybe if you play computers, you get better. Oh my God.
XX Keyboard Destroyer 7000
Oh, yeah.
has returned.
That'd be a good tag. XX Keyboard Destroyer XX.
Turn on the stream fly so you can hear how loud you're
Okay, I'll do that the next time I talk something.
I mean, you could just test
you
it.
probably have time now. Do it now.
Let's see. I kind of suspect by the time I get this up, it'll be too late, but I'll try.
Well, I mean, you could turn it on and then type something and then listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sethlon's Roy is a good counter pick against a good Roy. Actually, apparently not, because...
Lunchable's going in, though.
well, I have 3 stocks for it.
No, we don't want to hear about that.
Yeah, like, this is how it works, Sethlon, right? Like, new people come in, and like you beat them, right? But one of the matches is closed, and they're gonna keep talking about that forever. It's really annoying.
It's like anytime you just talk something like, oh, so you know, like the exact same thing happened next game where you know I got a lucky kill on you that killed you really low, except instead of beating you with 1 stock, I beat you with 3.
Destruction.
That wasn't... You need to type more than that, Fly. I didn't get the feeling that I was about to be crushed under a sea of keyboard letters.
Okay.
Look, let's just wait till the next time he does it naturally.
Okay, sure.
Because I barely noticed that time when you were typing.
Okay, yeah, I didn't hear anything when I
Yeah.
had the stream audio on.
Part of it was that I was talking over it this time.
Yeah.
And last time we were like, oh god, that is so fucking loud, I don't even want to talk right now.
Yeah, that actually. Like, I think you were in the middle of a sentence. Whatever.
Fire Burst. In my opinion, I've said this for a long time, I think Ness is the most underrated character in the game, followed by Toon Link, which is the second most underrated character in the game.
Well,
I don't know
Toon Link,
how
the worst
other
character in
people.
the game, literally.
That's on the CT list.
The C tier list.
Yeah. I really do think Ness is underrated. Like, he's got such a crazy punish game. His recovery is underrated because the amount of people don't take into account how safe the amount of drift he has.
How much you get murdered if you screw up.
Yeah, and how dangerous it is to edgeguard it unless you have Sheik's Needles.
Yeah.
Says Fly.
I had to put that
Yeah.
disclaimer in there because if I'd be like, well, actually.
You've got this disjointed thing that goes down. Downward projectile.
The thing about Austin is he doesn't do anything like mind-blowing, but you really have to respect the level of skill that he's using, considering who the players he's playing against. You know, like, that guy performs really well.
This. Like, most of the time I watch a Ness play, they try to go for this weird sort of flashy space animal style of play that I don't think really works that well given all the data on the Ness's moves. And watching Austin play, it just seems
natural,
so raw and efficient.
Yeah,
he is very.
It's like the polar opposite of that.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of respect for that. I love that he just does reasonable things instead of trying to do the utmost.
I agree. He doesn't need to focus on all the double jump canceling intricacies and all the like shine and magnet canceling and all that shit. He just grabs people and destroys them.
He just poops on people. He's pretty good.
He's got like solid edge guarding.
Going next weekend. Sethlon? Yeah.
I have not heard that.
That's what Rob said.
Austin going out of city.
Possible. I would be very interested to see him versus Nika King, but.
Oh yeah. That'd be great because Calibro got rocked.
But yeah, I haven't heard anything about it, but I have not also. I don't really talk with Austin.
Is there only one carpool?
There's
or
gonna
there
be at least two.
Okay. We've got 2 carpools going too. It's pretty neat because we're bringing Mewtwo King, unfortunately.
Why would you do that?
One
He's
card.
busting He-Man and riding with us.
So what you're saying is you have one car that's dragging another car behind it that has Mewtwo King in it. So you just...
I'm done. No, we're not doing that shit.
Austin said he will try, but no problem with this. Dude, I remember playing Austin and Brawl Minus. When that like first came out, we were doing Brawl Minus tournaments in Dallas.
Yep, those are fun.
Those were really fun, dude. I played Kirby and just down tilted all day. It was amazing. Man, I didn't even like know this Oklahoma tournament existed. Maybe I would have tried to go to it. Too late now.
Well, I mean, it's been on Facebook everywhere. It's like Oklahoma Invitational featuring Strongbed, Denti, and Sethlon, and Oracle, and Mewtwo King now.
No one's posted that in the St. Louis thread, bro.
Well, the St. Louis people just, they talk about Melee, right?
Yeah. And, I mean,
it does have Melee at the group there.
Yeah.
It is.
I need to make a project of group for St. Louis. There's actually like a lot of people who play Project M in St. Louis. They just come out of nowhere.
You should make it so.
So do you work next weekend, Jordan?
I work every weekend.
Unless you specifically ask off for a tournament.
Correct. I work every Sunday. I actually don't work Saturdays, so it's easy for me to go to local. It's harder for me to travel.
I know that feel.
Yeah. I'm only 6 hours, so. That's St. Louis.
Only?
Oh, that sucks. The Irish dude, yeah. It's pretty active, so. Yeah, PM got more entrants than Melee at our last tournament, which is crazy because everyone here likes Melee more than PM. Just all these random PM players came out of nowhere. I'm like, who are you? Why don't you go to tournaments? come to these. It's fun.
Well, like, PM is like hype because, like, unlike the other Smash games, it's got like developer support for competitive play. So it's not like a taboo where you're like, oh, you're playing wrong, because like you got the Project 10 website telling you what to do, so it's fine. So I think that's part of the boom for Melee too, is the PM converts. They come in for PM and they end up playing both games.
Yeah, you're probably right there, Irish dude. It's good to just post it once. I mean, if we don't see it, that's our fault. I really want to host a big St. Louis tournament, and I'm still looking for a venue, but I want to make it like huge, because I want to get like Texas and like Minnesota and Chicago.
Yeah, I'll bring it.
St. Louis is like very in the middle, and like East Coast can sort of access it.
It's a very location for Midwest.
Yeah.
I don't think East Coast really has access to it. It's too
No,
far away.
well, yeah, it's the Chicago people do though.
Yeah.
I bet you I could even get Vro to go.
Vro?
Yeah.
Was he at Hot Dickings?
No, but he's always asking me. He's like, "Hey, when are you gonna hold a tournament?" He like really wants to go to St. Louis. So like,
Still?
not too recently, but he asked me like 3 months ago or something. After he had already quit.
Yeah, he quit after Nerd Rage. He showed up to Big House for like 3 hours and then left. Like he was there for something else. He was in Ann Arbor for something else, and he decided to show up.
Yeah, a lot of Brawl players are switching to PM now.
Well, yeah, because they don't like Brawl.
It's cool seeing them actually learn tech skill. Like, I like watching, like, Brawl players. You'll see them play, like, one stream, the next stream, they'll be, like, wave dashing better and stuff. Like, they're learning techniques.
Yeah, I mean, the games play have fairly similar skill sets, just
yeah.
Just a little more tech, and gotta get used to all the changes. I think Brawl players are almost like advantaged to Melee players because they don't have like some preconception to how things are supposed to work. Because they just kind of look at this situation and go like, all right, what's happening now and what can happen. Whereas Melee players are like, oh yeah, this should happen, and it doesn't always turn out that way.
PM is a middle ground. Yeah, I think that happens to a lot of people Fireburst, where they'll have a lot of people in communities who play both. See, here that doesn't happen because Brawl is 100% completely dead. So, there's no, like, overlap. We just have Melee players, and then some PM players. Well, apparently we have a lot of PM players, but they never come to anything. I don't know. It's weird though, every time I have a Smash Fest, I have one like, I don't know, once every month I guess, and some person will come to my house that I've never seen, not at a tournament, like never seen on the boards, I'll have no idea who they are. Like, I play here. I'll never see them again. No, actually, I see some of them again. But, like, literally, I think every single Smash Fest I've hosted, I've met someone new every time. I think that's really cool. It's nice to see Smash grow. I wish I had that drive I used to have though. I don't feel like
I don't understand how you can lose it. I just have it.
I've been playing for so long.
Yeah, when
I'm just so like used to tournaments. It doesn't feel like special or exciting, or I just go there and I'm happy to like see people and hang out with people. And I still like, I enjoy learning. Like, that's why I like learned all the stuff with like Link and like Lucario. And like, when I pick a new character, like I'll try and learn like everything about them and I'll practice. But once I feel like I'm really proficient with that character, I just won't practice that much because I don't have the drive to like be the best, you know? And I don't really know what happened to that drive. It just went away at some point in my Smash career. I play Falco because I like to learn tech. Yeah, that's why I played Fox and Melee. I liked learning. That's why I played Ice Climbers and Brawl. They were the most technical character. And there was lots of stuff I could learn.
Dylan Sprouse, though.
Dylan Sprouse? Someone needs to get Dylan Sprouse to come to Raw Mate. Dude, Dylan Sprouse is hilarious. I didn't even know who he was, but
he was going in.
He was. I read like his when like the Victoria's Secret people were posting on his wall.
That was great.
There was like girls like, Dylan, have sex with me. Dylan, you have to watch this Victoria's Secret thing. And Dylan was like, fuck you guys, I want to play PM.
like sorry guys, YouTube be played, yeah. Great.
Oh, it was amazing. I was like, how could and he could get away with saying it too because he's just famous. Like it doesn't matter, he'll still be just as popular. It was so funny.
Yeah, that was great.
It was. The new players in the game make me feel like I might actually be good. You can get good. If you want to be good, like you can get good. It just takes dedication. People who are stuck at a low level, I feel just... I mean, this may not be true for everyone, but there are definitely ways you can practice that. Like, you can learn the game and be good. Most people, I would say, have the capacity to compete at a high level. Maybe not a top level, but... I would say like 95% of people have the capacity to compete at a high level. If they put in the proper amount of effort. People don't realize how much effort and how many years of practice like really good players have behind them in Smash. Or like the new and upcoming players, how much they'll play, like people who play Wi-Fi like every day. Just the fact that they're playing the game every day, like does a lot more than people who play only at tournaments or only at Smash Fests. So if you want to improve, just literally like Binion, Dark Atma, always lost to kills, like could not beat kills, always have close sets, and he started just like playing every single day, and he would practice at least like 20 minutes to an hour a day on his tech skill. Like no matter what he said, he would just always play, and he would always try to find people to play. And now he's beaten Kel the last 5 sets they've played, and has placed like, I don't know, it's done really well in tournaments comparatively. So, and he was already amazing at the game, so like even just seeing like that, just like dedication and playing a lot, like you'll get better no matter what, no matter how good you are. Like you're gonna get better if you play all the time.
I just need to make sure you're practicing things that actually help.
Yes. Like
I've always been just a very, very pragmatic person when it comes to progress. Like I never even really was a person who played all that much, but I would spend a lot of time thinking about what I could be doing better, what's causing me to lose. I would spend a lot of time just thinking about these things. Like I'd look at a lot of specific situations, just look over my options I have. If I didn't like the options I had, I would look up videos of like Shootout or somebody and look for these particular situations and see what they did. And it was always just, okay, one problem after another. Okay, go on.
I think the one of the things that a lot of like low to mid players that are struggling to advance don't understand is that sort of idea, is that understanding what your options are in any given situation and actually understanding which ones are best to use and what of those actually beat what your opponent's trying to do, rather than just sort of playing like, oh, well, they're in this situation, so I should up smash them. And they're this far away from me, so I should do a dash grab. And they're this far away from me now, so I should try to shield grab them. Rather than understanding what your opponent is trying to go for and understanding which of your options is best to beat the option they're trying to work towards.
Yeah, both of those points that Fly and Sethlon said are incredibly important. And a huge part of the game is your mindset going into it and understanding like there's no point in just practicing useless tech skill all day. Like you want to understand what you're doing, and you want to, if you don't understand what you're doing, you want to try and realize that and find out what you need to know, like find out what other players are doing differently, and like just put your time to efficient use, you know. Uh, I have a friend with a huge mindset issue, takes every loss super hard, has terrible self-talk, like he's not very open to evolving his play in any way, shape, or form, thinks he can't push the button fast enough to do Luigi's Rising Dumpy. That can be kind of hard to deal with because that's more of just like a personality trait. And it's hard to like break people from those shells of they either think too highly of themselves and get frustrated at not improving because they feel like they should what's it called, like not having, God, what's the word, like entitlement, yeah, it's like a sense of entitlement issue. Thank you. It's like a sense of entitlement issue, and on the other spectrum of that, there's people who just don't think highly enough of themselves at all, and I don't know, just like not believing you have the capacity to improve isn't going to help you improve. And like if you can't deal with those issues with your personality before, there isn't a point in trying to like stress that through the game. In those kind of cases, I would just try to get the person to like relax more and have more fun. And as they have more fun and get more interested in the game, like that drive will like become of that. If they're more interested, if they're more, I don't know, if they're just having a good time, they're going to be more interested in or getting better.
Another thing that might be worth mentioning here is that if I feel like if somebody really likes the game, they'll probably put effort into it. In a way, the two things you were just talking about, the mindset issues, can serve as a motivator.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes I like to think back to why I really got into all of this in the first place. And if I had to cite three things, and well, I noticed three things in particular. One, I had an ego. Two, I was insecure. And three, I liked Melee a lot. So the thing is, I've always been a realist. Like, I'm not one to try to delude myself. When I learned about the competitive scene, I realized very quickly that I'm just not good. And this kind of upset my ego. I felt like I should be good. This is not okay. But at the same time, I was a little insecure. I wasn't really sure, could I actually do this? And so that just made me really want to try to say, okay, let's just put in effort. Let's fix this. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can satisfy my ego and conquer my insecurity. And it was really frustrating at times when I would just go to a tournament, not get the results I wanted, and it was stressful. But I liked the game too much to just want to stop. And that is really what just kept me with it. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy those aren't motivators for me now, or at least the ego insecurity thing. I think I have a healthier mindset now. So yeah, I guess I just wanted to emphasize that there is this whole you need to care about the game a lot in order to really feasibly want to be good at it.
I definitely agree with everything you said. Very good points. I've definitely I think a lot of people who have joined the community have been humbled in their ego. Like I know I certainly have, or vice versa. Like found confidence in a group of people.
Mostly the latter for me. I didn't really have much of a concept of self-esteem before Smash. And now I've grown to like myself and like find people who like me, and it's pretty nice.
Wobble's blogs are great.
Yes, they are. I read all of them, and I give them to people I'm trying to make better.
Wobbles is an incredibly intelligent person. I love talking to him about Smash or just anything in general. I haven't talked to him in a long time, actually. But when I did live in Texas, and he also lived in Texas, it was fun talking to him at tournaments or when we were out eating or something in our carpool.
Yep, he's the sort of guy who will start talking and then not stop talking until
yes.
he physically must leave.
Yeah. This reminds me of another site that I used to go to a lot that Wobble's blog at times reminds me of. I'll type it in the Twitch chat if I remember what it is. I believe it's... I think it's this.
Ah,
Yeah, you
yes.
can make sure it's actually.
I remember.
This is. You announced this smart.com. I hope this is right. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would just look at the old post, and especially some of the older articles. It just talks about a lot of common misconceptions about how people perceive things, and a lot of similar things like that. And I think it's good to be aware of a lot of these things. I mean, being aware of a lot of just strange fallacies that humans kind of tend to subconsciously commit helps you counteract them too. Like, for example, to use a well-known example, if you're aware of the bystander effect, you're less likely to fall for the bystander effect. So, yeah, I think it's definitely good to be aware of a lot of this stuff.
For sure. For sure. I'm definitely gonna put all of this on YouTube. Some insightful discussion.
I just need to find the parts where we actually say interesting things.
I know, that's what I'm worried about. It's so long. I'm gonna try to cut it into pieces, like parts. I don't know, I'm not sure though. I don't know, Smashers like it. I'll name drop you guys. I'll be like, hey, come listen to high level PM discussion from PMBR members / high level players / awesome people.
/ Strong Bad when he's here, which is apparently not right now.
/ Strong.
I got that again.
Always at the most convenient times. I'm a psych major. I love things like that. Alright, let's see if I missed any questions. This is actually really fun. I should do an official Q&A thing at some point.
Yeah, cool.
I'd be down for that.
That would be fun.
That's what we're doing now.
I know, right? It just like evolved into this. So you're just like, your site isn't working. What do we do? That's
Is it still not?
Nope. Longest maintenance ever.
Yeah, I actually love reading all sorts of theory stuff like this sort of thing that Levels posts on his blogs. Like if you haven't read the Serlin's Playing to Win Fireburst, I would recommend checking that out. Probably something you'd be interested in.
It's very popular. My friend Will, Metal Music Man, who's actually the person who made all of these beautiful overlays, if you guys like them. He's an awesome guy. On his bathroom for reading material on his toilet, he has Serlin's Playing to Win.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I haven't bought a physical copy yet, but I plan to eventually.
I bought a physical copy of Playing to Win after I read it online. I don't think I've ever actually looked at the physical copy, but I just wanted to support it.
That's cool.
Yeah, Serlin's pretty popular.
Yeah, I do stuff like that from time to time. Just get things just to support people. So Fly, you now have to come to Texas, Oklahoma. He did already go to Texas. So you might have missed out on that one.
Well, Low Tier City 2 is going to be coming up on August, I think, is when Rob's playing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I would know. I don't.
Yeah, from what I've seen him post, he's Strong Bad was here. He could probably confirm.
Yeah.
But I believe Oracle has said, yes, he is talking about doing it in August.
Watch, the next tier abs is going to be the same date as Low Tier City. Tier abs is the local tournaments we have here. They're quarterly local tournaments.
I see.
Hylian, were you the dude on Smashboards who got me to getting all flustered about Project Dim, tier lists, and link grabs? Yeah, that was me. Sorry.
Man, I think my favorite part of that was when you mentioned bucket breaking, and he went off about how you would like stalk him on Smashboards and post this everywhere, like in every thread, and you were like, "I've done this twice ever."
And I was like, feel free to prove me wrong. Yeah, I've only done this twice, and I'm not following him on Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch, like any of those, purposely. Not so.
Yeah.
You're not even Facebook friends with him?
No. Oh, I'm Facebook friends with him. I'm not following his page. I'm not following his like Music King page.
Starbad's back.
You haven't liked it.
Yeah, I haven't liked his page. I haven't followed his Twitter and
What's
his
up?
Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. That was hilarious. Yeah. There was one quote that was pretty funny in the thread. That was like, Hylian laying down the law harder than Lick's boomerang. Or something. It was like Hylian putting his fist down, and it's something like that. That was funny though. I was a little abrasive though, and I feel bad for that. But I get flustered when it comes to Music King as well. I was really just trying to get out that Link's grab wasn't lagless.
Still LU controllers.
No, he paid me. Music King stole like 3 of my controllers for. Okay, he didn't steal them. I let him borrow 3 of my controllers before Genesis 2, under the stipulation that I would get them back at Genesis 2. And he agreed, and I even like marked them and everything. And so I get to Genesis 2, and I ask him like 10 times for my controllers. Like, oh, they're in my backpack. Oh, they're in my hotel room. Oh, I don't have them. And he's like, would not give me them. He'd like make every excuse to not get them because I guess he liked them or something. Every tournament I saw him at for the next like 2 years, 3 years, I would just ask him and he would never have them. And so I changed his, on Smashboards, I changed his user title to O's Hylian 3 controllers.
I remember that.
And apparently people kept bugging him about it. So he was like, why won't you change my thing? You're so mean to me. Blah, blah. I'm like, I just want my fucking controllers, dude.
It's like,
I'm not out to get you. We had a deal. I let you borrow my controllers, and I housed you for like 3 days out of the kindness of my heart and drove you around and bought you food. And then you stole 3 of my controllers, so please just give them back. And he was like, well, I don't know where they are. Can I just give you money instead? I was like, I'll give you the controllers, and if I don't give you them by this date or at this tournament, I'll give you $100 instead. I was like, okay, that's agreeable. And he didn't give me the controllers, so then he gave me $100, and it was fine. And I agreed to, once he gave me the money, that I would change his Smashboards title. Because anything that was changed, I would just change it back to O's Hylian 3 controller. And, he paid me, so I stopped mentioning it. I didn't bring it up. I could have brought that up too in the thread to piss him off even more, but I didn't because I agreed not to, and I'm not a complete
I wouldn't have
asshole.
found it relevant. So
It wasn't relevant. I thought the game watching was kind of relevant. So.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a very good example of how early opinions are easily skewed.
Yeah.
Especially Jason Zimmerman's.
Yeah. But I didn't mean to cause strife and agony and everyone think I was being really mean to him.
Reddit said Hylian, Smashboards administrator, bullies Music King.
I was just trying to correct his link lagless grab thing. I didn't mention any of the rest of his posts. I didn't respond to anything except that one thing. And I just posted what I thought the frame data was, which I was pretty close to.
And he seemed to think you were trying to argue with his whole post.
I know, I don't understand that. Like, I only quoted a little bit of it. I was like, actually, I didn't mention anything else. It said, actually, his grab isn't lagless. It's like over 50 frames. And that's really slow. And it's like the 3rd slowest to grab. And he was like, well, in my experience, I can't punish it when he grabs. And I was like, well, that's great, Music King, but frame data says you're wrong. Because it's slower. That means you can't punish anyone else's grab either. So
Literally impossible.
like, I don't understand what you're saying. He's like, well, it comes in a lot of stuff. I'm like, yes, it does. That's not the point.
Like, it has a great reward on it. Like,
It does have great reward. It
So
is
does
an
Falcon
awesome.
Punch, sir.
He has awesome throws. His grab is different than his throws. Yeah, so I don't know, I get frustrated when I argue with him. And then this other guy, Black, I liked his post because he was using like sarcastic logic humor, and I was like, that's how I want to post, but Mewtwo King doesn't respond well to logic, so. Figuratively impossible. Jump cancel, grab, nerf.
Probably because I keep saying literally impossible. That's kind of like a idiosyncrasy of mine.
Do you think the
I say
list
the word
is
literally a lot,
solved?
as if it like emphasizes it, but it doesn't actually, because the word literally just means like normally. Yeah, it's whatever.
Literally, it's like I'm not trying to disguise my words. I'm just saying what I'm actually saying.
Yeah, no shit. It's exactly.
Like I said, it like makes it stronger or something, but it doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah, nope, I guess you stalked him since 2008, yeah. Why in the world would... Oh my god.
Who would want to stalk Mewtwo?
I know, actually, like, there are people.
Like, people that haven't met him.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. You know, I've housed him. I've housed him twice. I housed him in Texas and in St. Louis. I housed him in Asin, actually. I housed Asin, which was awesome.
Well,
and Mewtwo King wasn't that bad. Mewtwo King stayed up all night with me playing. Me and him and Asin played. And Asin told me stories about how he learned to drive and stuff. Asin learned to drive by playing Mario Kart.
What?
And he said he randomly had to drive his friends who, like, got drunk. And his friend was like, just pretend it's Mario Kart. And he did. And he, like, drove his friend. Or something. I don't know. Asin was hilarious. When people overuse literally when it's not being figurative was not assumed is my pet peeve. What? So that's a pretty specific pet peeve.
That's a pretty bad pet peeve to have when me around. It's literally a bad idea.
Bad idea, by which I mean it's a bad idea.
Nah, I was just being a...
Dude, it's 6:24 in the morning. Why am I getting more viewers? It should be going down.
Or
waking up on the East Coast.
Howard, why do people wake up this early? What is wrong with you?
I don't understand America either.
I'm awake. I haven't gone to sleep yet. I worked 13 hours. I slept 4 hours last night, worked 13 hours, and I've been awake this entire time. What?
When are you gonna go to bed?
When I get tired? I don't know when that's good. Dude, my body is so weird. I just don't get tired. I can sleep fine. My body will not get tired for the longest time. It's like pretty bad. It's horrible for like tournaments and work, school, and pretty much everything important in life.
Everything that's important.
I was actually looking forward to the events that transpired in housing. Mewtwo King, to be fair to Mewtwo King, he was pretty tame when I housed him. Nothing crazy happened like in the other stories. He showered at my place. He brushed his teeth. He was very awkward when I took him to get food. Like I took him to a gas station when I was dropping him off at the bus to go to a tournament. And he got an ice cream cone. It was like in the morning, and he gets his ice cream cone. He starts eating it at the register while he's like trying to dig out money to pay for it. The woman's just like staring at him like, this is really awkward, and I'm just looking at her like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say. I was just like, yeah, I was just like, I'm sorry, this is awkward.
It's not my fault.
And then we get out to go to the bus station. And we get to the bus station, he's like, okay, so can we get food? And I was like, oh my god, Jason, I just took you to a gas station so we could get food, and what? That was the only really, like, silly experience I had with him. He was fine. But we also were around him the entire time, either me or Raleen was, so I never left him alone.
I That guy's quite the character.
Muti King for Seinfeld cast.
Yo, he'd be great on that.
Yeah.
That's
Ask control
brilliant.
for controllers and everything. It'd be great.
Asking you when he got on the stream the other day, he was like, "Shut up, Strongman. Shut up, Hylian."
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, it was so funny.
Wait, what's this?
He like got on his stream after he won a tournament, and he was like, as soon as he got on, Strongman was like, he's like, "Oh, here we go," and I was like, "Fasten your seatbelts." He was like, "Oh my God, shut up, Strongman, shut up, Hylian," and they were like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "He's gonna make fun of me for posting my social media links stuff," and he's like, "But I'm still gonna do it."
Yeah, like he knows what's coming, and I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
It was really funny.
Hey, you can't. He definitely goes in. Remember during the Evo drive, he went in.
Yeah, dude. He got
went the
everyone and their
fuck in,
mother. Like he was like a Jehovah's Witness with. It's like going up. Have you heard of Evo? Let me tell you about the great thing that is Evo and how you can donate to make this thing, this cause happen.
Time to talk about Mr. Wizard.
I have a friend who he had a Jehovah Witness go to his house. Like he said, it happened like every other day. He would have a Jehovah Witness at his house, and this person would just not stop like offering like pamphlets and things. Like he told her he's not religious, not interested, and I guess like that made her want to come back more to help him or something. And he said one day he just answered the door in the complete nude. Just like opened the door like completely naked, and then after that she never came back. So
that'll learn him.
If you're tired of Jehovah's Witnesses or Muti Kings knocking at your door, the answer is just take off your clothes. Unless you're female, in which case I do not recommend taking off your clothes, because that would be inappropriate. It's inappropriate either way, but that might lead them to believe things that you don't want. So what's up? Something to bring up to give him something to rant about. The cheat is to the limit. Probably me too. Everyone do the Fogavilla.
The Fahogo gods.
There's a lot of interesting characters in this match. Yes, there are. There's a lot of interesting characters in any group of people, I find. Any large community of people. There's always going to be...
Shout out to Danky and Swanky. That is such a great name.
I finally found the button to see the viewer list.
Oh, it only took like 6 hours.
Yeah.
This tells you how much I go into.
Let's see. It's been about 5 hours.
5 hours. Jesus.
It's another nice plus of IRC. I can see exactly when people join and leave and everything.
Nice.
Yeah. So if
I like
I
how
want to
19 is still here.
You like how what?
So, yeah, the great thing is I can like greet people before they say anything, just like right after they join a chat. Like just generally speaking, like whenever MacD shows up in a chat, I always just make sure to say hi MacD as quickly as possible. Yeah,
before he
like,
says anything. So he can
I'll just be like, yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious.
That's great. Fucking McCain. He's not wily to your technology. Oh goodness.
Some dude at my work was a Jehovah's Witness and would give me books about fighting God in my life every week. Sorry.
My brother, like, worked out a deal with the Jehovah's Witness to where they would come like every other week or something, because he liked talking about like spiritual things. Like he wasn't like interested in their particular like sect of religion, but he liked talking about like spiritual things with people. So we did that, and like I'd always be there because like we live in the same house, and it was always like incredibly amusing to me. Because you know I'm not a religious person, and usually when when a religious person talks about something and a non-religious person is around, it generally sounds extremely weird and like unbelievable and such. So it was just fairly amusing to me.
Mm-hmm. Religion is
Not
definitely
really
something I try not to get into depth with most people because I don't like
It's a touchy
offending.
subject.
Yeah, it's such that I don't like offending people's beliefs, and if someone asks my opinion about something, then I'll answer them. But it's not something I try to bring up or demean people for, you know.
I had this exact same conversation with somebody last night. I'm interested to see that pop up again.
Interesting. I mean, it's not like it's a rare topic. Religion is one of the main driving factors of humans.
Humankind.
In history, at least. It's fitting. Or it's getting less required. For anyone just joining the stream, we have been doing this since like midnight or something.
1:30. You've been streaming for longer, but you're streaming for like 30 minutes of just nothing.
Yeah.
Just talking to me and Sethlon in the chat, and then we joined Skype, and then it's been gravy since then. It's around 1:30 a.m. CST when we joined.
So I'll try to cut all this up into YouTube videos, and you can find my YouTube right down there. YouTube.com/Hylian88. Also, my Facebook is there, and my Twitter is in big, huge letters right there. So go ahead and follow me if you're interested in hearing our previous stuff if you weren't around. We've talked about a lot of shit. It's kind of slow at first, but it picks up in the deep conversation. Probably about halfway through. Just catching people up since, for some reason, a lot of people joined.
Yeah, mix of interesting conversations and Mewtwo King stories.
Mewtwo King stories are always interesting. Should I tell a story of how I almost killed Mewtwo King?
Yes.
No.
No?
That sounds fun.
Okay.
Let's do that one.
Alright, so...
I've been overruled, it seems.
We have a majority vote. Alright, story of how Hylian almost caused the death of Mewtwo King. But it was mainly Mewtwo King's fault.
I think I know this story.
So, Clash of the Titans 4, ran by Chivo. Went there with a bunch of Texas buddies and Lee Martin. Yeah, a really fun tournament. Like, all of Texas was awesome. And, Santi, after the tournament, didn't finish after they shut everything down. Was leading a group of, like, freaking 100 people back to Chibo's apartment, which holds, like, 10 people max. And he was leading, like, this group of 100 people, and he was like, "Follow me, my Pikmin," and it was hilarious. And these two girls walk up to him. They were pretty attractive, and they're like, "What? Why are there just 100 guys following you?" And he was like, "Oh, we're actually applicants for bachelor's, most eligible bachelors or something." Something hilarious. I don't know. It was really funny though.
Especially in that context.
Especially in the context of everyone who's like just got done from a national tournament. And they like laughed, and I don't know. That was funny. I had to mention it's not actually relevant, but
okay.
we were on. Well, it's sort of relevant because it's progressing to the part where Mewtwo almost dies. So we keep walking back to the apartment, and I have been known for wearing hats. I always wear hats. I'm not wearing one now, but it's because I have a headset on. And Mewtwo King, God knows what reason, I'm carrying a TV, runs up behind me and takes off my hat. And I also don't think he was wearing a shirt, which I also don't know why. So shirtless Mewtwo King just runs up behind me and steals my hat. I'm like, what the fuck? So I put down the TV or hand it to someone, and I chase him. And I'm chasing him down the streets of New Jersey Or is it Philadelphia? I'm chasing him down the streets of Philadelphia. And we're going, and there's this busy ass street in front of us. And I'm like, alright, I'm gonna get my hat back at this street. And he just runs straight into the street and doesn't stop or look or anything. This guy is fast. Like, I have run a marathon before, and I've been a runner my whole life, and I'm pretty damn fast and good at running. And I was like going the same speed as Mew2King, but not running faster than him, so I couldn't catch him. He was just like head first, full speed into the street, and was like freaking a foot away from being hit by this car, who honked and like swerved out of the way to avoid missing him. And then he just stops at the other side of the street and turns around, looks at me, and laughs. It was like laughing out. I was like, Jason, what the fuck? You almost just died.
Oh, that's great.
And
Fucking
then
Jason, dude.
I don't even remember anything after. I got my hat back. I almost killed Mew2King. I was like a foot, like a second away from killing him. If we had been a second like slower or faster, or slower, I guess.
I remember getting into Chibo's apartment and being like one of the last people in the big old line. And walking up to the apartment and grabbing the handle for the apartment and turning the handle and moving the door about an inch forward before it hit someone. And then looking inside and confirming that there was literally no space for the person that I hit with this door to move forward or move out of the way.
Hey, man,
I was like, okay, we're going back to Texas. Just go to the airport. See you guys later.
I had a front row seat. I was right behind everything. I was helping Samurai Panda commentate through the radio.
Shoutcast commentary.
Yeah, I actually helped him with it. We were doing 2 different streams. I did one of them, he did the other one. It was fucking packed in there. We were all like shoulder to shoulder trying to watch the rest of the tournament in Chiba's apartment. The rest of this national tournament in Chiba's 10-person
How much of it
apartment.
was left?
It was like
A good deal.
like at least like top 8.
At least.
Okay.
It was a lot. It was I think it was top 8 was left. They cut out like Chu playing ally in the middle of their match.
Yeah, security pulled the power cord in the middle of Chu versus Ally.
Yeah.
Wow, that's terrible.
Yeah. It was.
Did it change the results?
I don't remember.
I'd assume Ally won.
Yeah. The Spammer beat Dojo at that, and Dojo got like 4th.
Spammerer?
Yeah, Spammer. He beat Dojo. Dojo's up and coming, and he like was taking names, and the Spammer beat him. It's like the Spammer's only tournament he went to, and he just never went to a tournament again.
I totally forgot he even touched Brawl at all.
Yeah. So are Sethlon and Strongbad gonna take PM doubles this weekend? Who's Mew2King teaming with?
I guess he's teaming with Denty.
So they'll be the team to beat.
I don't know. Mew2King did lose in teams in Melee to Tinker Kells.
There's Oracle and Austin, if Austin goes.
Yeah, if Austin goes, that'll be another heavy hitting team too.
There's a lot of good teams. I would say that really depends on Denty, considering Mew2King is incredibly solid in teams. Probably the best teams player in existence.
Armada.
I think Mew2King's better.
In PM, Mew2King, that's more because like his meta is fleshed out. And
I think Mew2King's better in Melee and teams. I think Mew2King is just the best teams player ever. Like, he just understands when he needs to be aggressive and support and everything like perfectly. Just from what I'm watching, and he's just had like the best team results out of any top player, I think. I could be wrong.
Mayo can team with a lot of people and win.
Yeah.
More about Mango just being a godlike though. PP is not a doubles partner.
PP is definitely not a doubles god.
Yep.
Doubles god. We're going back to Inui. Inui the doubles, Mekos and Inui.
Oh god.
Doubles god.
Didn't Mew2King lose to Denty's team recently? I have no idea. What is Denty's team?
Yes, he did. He had Shuffle. Remember that? Me and Mew2King.
You guys lost?
Denty at 0. Yeah.
You lost to Dinty in 0?
Yeah.
I thought you guys won the tournament.
We like destroyed everyone, and then Zero and Dinty came through losers because they had lost to like Oro and Ripple in winners quarters or something, and they just kind of beat everybody, and they 6-1 us.
Damn, that's crazy.
Dinty got gimped a lot. Back throw and back air pretty good from Ivysaur.
Well, it sounds like Dinty Ritzy King would be very hard to beat then.
Yep. Provided that
Provided they have good team synergy.
Yeah. I heard that after that grand final set, or set 2, when they won.
Ivysaur's broken.
Yeah, I heard that Mew refused to shake Denty's hand and said Ivysaur is broken and walked off. And then Denty just yelled something like, "You play Meta Knights?" So yeah.
That is the best. What a great comeback. You play Meta Knight. What a great comeback. I think Dinty is giving Reflex one to run for his money. Dude, I don't know, man. Reflex is fucking incredible.
Yeah, Reflex is really smart.
Never have I played a player more than Reflex. Or, well, God, I worded that horribly. Reflex is like, you could just, his smartness just like seeps through him when you play. You could definitely tell how like analytical and like how much he's like thought about the game just by playing him. And it's like, it's really cool. It's kind of different from playing other players.
Yeah, I feel like most of the like really high level players have their own distinct feel to them.
Yeah.
Like playing Mewtwo has its own feel. Playing Mango is its own little thing.
Mm-hmm.
All very different.
Yep.
It's like they've got like an aura.
An aura, yeah.
Mewtwo's the weirdest, I think.
Yeah?
Or at least, that might just be because I live in the region where Mango is. So, I'm kind of just used to that. But I just remember the first time I played Mewtwo in 2010. It just felt really strange. Like I was playing his Fox and Peach in friendlies. And just the way he moved, the way he positioned himself, I just felt really different than what I was used to. I actually beat him that tournament, though.
It could be the East Coast style in general.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, you don't travel that much, so you don't get to play them very often.
Yeah, I've had that still a lot going out of state, like going up for...
That and Mewtwo King, like, combined.
Mewtwo King is really entertaining to watch just because he's so precise.
Yeah,
it's really...
definitely very...
I think it's a real shame. Like, his play, like, he really is amazing at the game, and his play is, like, super fun to watch when he's being... His melee play is super fun. when he's, like, being aggressive and, like, dash dancing around people and, like, baiting spacing and stuff, like, he just, like, takes fundamentals to, like, a crazy level.
He has a really nice dash dance. That was actually the first thing that stood out to me when I played him. He just has this kind of weird, aggressive dash dance where I'll just like run barely in your space, then run back, and just keep doing this.
It's just like crazy advanced fundamentals.
It's like such like a confident dash dance.
It's a lot like Larry's dash dance. That's the closest parallel I have on the West Coast. Larry's Fox has a very similar dash dance.
There's this one moment when I was playing against him at the Apex Top 8. I've always thought was a really beautiful moment where he's playing his Marth against my Roy. And like for a brief 5-second period, maybe not even, like he starts using a bunch of forward airs and it gets really obnoxious, so I can't figure out how to get around it. So I decide that I'm going to step forward just a little bit and forward tilt at him, try and beat through it. And his response to that is to also step forward a little bit, duck underneath my forward tilt, and down tilt me out of it.
It's like his entire series of actions was to get you to do something he had done in the past, and then he knew exactly how to counter. It's like he's so fucking precise, and like he's been in this situation 1,000 times, so he just knows what to do automatically.
Roy's forward tilt.
Was this at Apex?
Yeah, at Apex, yeah.
I don't know.
I could link you to the moment.
No.
I'd actually like to see that.
I see what you're saying, Sethlon. That's pretty crazy though. The like next level dash dance.
The Yomi going on.
Yeah, was bored.
It's like he's playing rock, paper, scissors, but he gets 2 hands and you only get 1. Ivy's bear knockback and up being. Man, I think Ivy's up B is kind of manageable now. It was much worse before.